Hello, welcome to Jazz Emporium. I'm Jazz the Tarot Reader, and this is going to be the mid-2026 reading for Louis Tomlinson. So what's going to be in this reading? So we're going to explore kind of like the midpoint of 2026. Remember back then when I did a bunch of 2026 readings or 2025 and 2026 reading for Louis Tomlinson? Well, this is going to be like the mid-checkpoint of all the One Direction boys. So this is going to be for Louis Tomlinson's reading. So things that we're going to ask during the reading, how is he feeling? Now, it's not going to be about Zara McDermott, the person he's dating, because this is not a relationship reading. This is specifically on how Louis is feeling. And same thing when I do the other One Direction members 2026 reading. So again, we're going to ask specific questions on how he's feeling, what things are coming up, and if something does happen that it's to do with his relationship comes up, then we acknowledge it in the reading. So we're just going to see how he's gauging emotionally, mentally, physically during the 2026 reading. So as per updates so far, we've gotten the European tour, the North American tour, and he's going to go to Australia next. And then 2027, he's going to hit Asia, or Japan and all that, the Asian countries. For the first Asia, Australia, then Asia. Sorry, my mistake, guys. This is later on in the evening, and I'm just a little tired, and then also, too, he's going to hit in 2027, Mexico and stuff. So I course corrected there. So what I will say is I'm just hoping that we get to find out kind of what he's feeling and maybe get a sneak peek into 2027 if it goes the way it should go. So again, I just will say this. I went to see Louis in concert. It's my first concert that I saw of Louis Tomlinson, and I thought it was really good. He was a good performer and stuff, and he did really well. I was disappointed I didn't get to meet him after the show, like normally how he does that with the fans, but I have noticed he's been doing that lesser and lesser with the fans, which is kind of out of his character. And I'm also curious to see, has he changed? And also, too, from the last reading I did for the 2026 predictions. Mind you guys, it's hard to predict. The hardest things to predict, I think, as a reader in tarot reading is timing, because there is something called free will, and there is some things that people can change course their life. Tarot is not set in stone sometimes. It is, but it isn't. It can predict things in a pattern, but if a person changes their mind and course alters, because I did say he was going to meet a soulmate in 2026 of July. So things can alter and change depending on where the person is at in the journey, and or for life partners, if the universe that thinks that person's ready for a new soulmate to enter in or exit out or whatever. So, and if that happens, if a person is meant to do something or not learn a lesson and they haven't grasped the lesson, sometimes spirit will delay things. But the person that's failing to learn that lesson will get karma for that. I'm not saying Louis is going to have karma, but we don't know what's going to happen here. Or he could have to learn a lesson and he's still not grasped a certain lesson. So spirit will hold back and or delay things for things to happen. If people, like I said, if certain people are with their karmics and then they're supposed to be with a life partner or soulmate, and they still have not learned that life lesson with that with that karmic, spirit will delay it until they learn that lesson and walk away from that person, and or, they'll continue to make it worse and worse and worse until they have no choice but to drop that person. That's the karmic. I don't make the rules. That's how the universe works. Again, I should do a video, and I keep saying this and I keep not doing that video. I should do a video on karmic soulmates and or life partner, and or, NPCs or people that are just regular run-of-the-mill. So with that being said, this isn't a relationship reading. This is more like we're gauging Louis' energy. The last time I tried to read for Louis separately, Zara's energy did try to infiltrate that reading. So I'm kind of hoping it's not going to happen this time. So again, and the card, I remember the tarot card I got for him was the Sun card. So maybe that card will come up again. Who knows? So anywho, this is for entertainment purposes only. And do not sue me or anything. And please be respectful in the comment section. I will say this, though. When I did stand within a couple of feet of Louis' energy, because I was at the front barricades, the energy impression I got from him, though, and I almost forgot to mention this, it felt like he was unattainable, unreachable, but he also felt very caged in. Other fans have said this, and I don't feel this personally. They're like, it sounds like the Toronto show was kind of rushed, that he wasn't fully his bubbly self. Like, he felt very like tired out of it and depressed. And mind you guys, he was sick during that concert. He wasn't feeling good again. Like, just like, I can't remember what other concert was. He wasn't feeling good in one of the concerts. I don't know if it was Europe or when he was doing another North American. He's been sick a couple times. So he might have to check his health while he's on break between here and going to Australia next. Again, and I'm not judging him. You know, I mean, I get it. You don't want to go meet and greet people if you're not feeling good too. So, I mean, I was disappointed, but I understand. You know, I do understand the guy was sick. And mind you, I know there's been a lot of contention and stuff with the Louis fan base and stuff like that for multiple reasons and stuff like that. And it's quite sad he's had to downgrade some of his Australian things with the money. And I did make a comment on, what's it called? Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called, that, you know, yes, I do support Louis. I do agree with most things he does, not everything. I can still disagree with Louis and still support and like his music, but I think people tend to forget. The fans pay into everything. All those trips these celebrities go on, all this stuff and privilege that we don't get because we're not celebrities. They get it through the fans. We pay these fans through merch, these artists through merch, through record sales, through, you know, downloading stuff, buying vinyls, whatever, concert tickets, everything. And they do reap the benefits. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it and they don't work hard. They do. They do. They do deserve whatever they get. But again, I just feel that, you know, you're like, well, what's the point of this, Jazz? You sound entitled. It's not coming from a place of entitlement. It's just, I don't like the way it's like, okay, we pay all this stuff, and then the fans are kind of like, when we see something that doesn't seem right, it's kind of like we're pushed aside. We're only good to pay the money. We're not good for anything else. And again, I just hope that, you know, it's not an occurring thing where he starts to engage with the fan base less and less, because I think that's very important to Louis and his fan base, is engaging with his fans and or, you know, making, like, you know, like being our equals. And again, it's not coming from a place of entitlement. I'm telling the truth. That's how artists make their money, is the fans pay into everything to make them that money. And yes, record executives put other money forward for them to make albums and stuff, but majority of how they get up to the platforms that they do is the fans. The support, the love, the pedestal. Like, I don't want to say we put people on a pedestal, but we do put them up there. You know, fans should get more acknowledgement and more thank yous and, you know, and more stuff. And we're not just people that just give money. We should have a voice too, and we should be able to say whatever we want without getting attacked for it. You know, everyone else is allowed to have their opinion. It's called democracy. And yes, you're probably like, well, what's the point? You're supporting him. I still support him. I can still support a person and not like everything they do. So, and again, I'm very grateful for seeing Louis. I loved it. It was a beautiful performance. I enjoyed myself thoroughly being there. And I wouldn't have went, if I didn't support him or care about him, I would have not went in the first place. So anyway, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you do want to book a personal reading, please do so at jazzemporium@gmail.com. For an hour reading for $75. It's a detailed reading of any questions you want to ask about celebrities, you or in your life path journey. Also, I offer a $35 reading for general reading, which is 45 minutes, and maybe I can extend it to an hour if you guys would want to. So, and if people don't like what I have to say, I'm allowed to have my opinion just like everybody else. I'm always getting shit on for having an opinion. If I say things that everyone agrees with, they're all happy, you know, and it has to be something that everyone agrees with, and then they're all happy. But if I open my mouth and have a different mindset than what people are comfortable with on whatever Twitter X, they crap on me. Just like I'm allowed to swallow everybody else's opinion, they're allowed to say whatever they want, and I have to be okay with that. It's called, if you don't like what the hell someone's saying, scroll on by. As I do. I don't engage. If I don't like something, I simply don't engage. So I hope you like this reading for the mid-2026 reading. See you in the montage, and then see you in the tarot reading. Bye for now.
Nothing is quite the same.
welcome to Jazz Emporium. Again, I'm Jazz the Tarot Reader, if you guys skipped over the intro. If you do want to book a personal reading, please do so at jazzemporium@gmail.com. I'm open up to take people for readings, and let's see what at the bottom of the deck energy is for Louis, the Sun card again. Okay, so this is an indicator. Yes, this is going to be pertaining to his 2026. So let's see what we get here. So Sun card talks about clarity, happiness, joy, but it also talks about healing. So yes, the Sun card tells me Louis is at a very happy spot. Yes. But Sun card in a toxicity of it being in the upright, and I didn't even know this, and I did some additional research on this. The Sun card can be over optimistic about something or not paying attention to any red flags. Apparently, I did not know this about the Sun card. Just like, yes, reversals talk about the negative side of the card. It also there could be some toxic traits within the positivities of the card, just much as there could be positive traits even with negative. You know, the law of duality within the universe, where there's a positive, there's a negative. Where there's a up, there's a down. The law of duality. So, again, I should do a video on that too. What are the 13 laws of the universe and why they're so crucial and important in people's lives? Sun card also screams about clarity. Remember, he has to have a breakdown before he has a breakthrough, and it hasn't happened yet. Because the Sun card is going to be illumination and stuff like that, and seeing things very clearly. So we should see here what's going on here with Mr. Tomlinson, Louis, Tommo. Or as people say, Boo Bear, and he's 3 apples tall. He was so tiny on stage. Okay, let's see what we're going to have here. What am I going to start with? The What's the Tea Tarot deck. Let's see, there's other cards that my spirit... Oh, Yin Yang Tarot. So there's something closed off at the bottom of this deck. Louis is feeling a bit closed off to something or somebody. So closed off. Is Louis closing his energy off to people and things? Possibly the fandom or the fans? What is making Louis feel a bit closed off? Because this is out of his energy. And again, this is at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so what's going on here with Louis? What's going on with Tommo? What's going on with Lou? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Give me a synopsis of what's going on with Louis. I'm going to do a couple cards with these ones, and then I'm going to do the What's the Tea Tarot deck. Because I haven't used these ones in a while, my Yin Yang Oracle deck. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's going on with Louis Tomlinson's current energy? So closed off and resistance. He's resisting something, but he's closed off. Okay, let's see here. What's going on with Louis Tomlinson's energy? Oh. Okay, drop that. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's going on with Louis Tomlinson's energy? Somebody's not communicating something very clearly here. Message and communications in reverse. Is there somebody he has on blocked? Or is there something like... It's funny, this morning when I was channeling stuff, because sometimes in the morning, I sometimes wake up and I get channeled messages, and I don't even try to do that. It's like when you're sleeping and waking, you get a lot more messages because your subconscious is way more open. Yes, even though with sleep apnea, I still get messages in the morning because your brain's more open and clear. I got voices carried by this band called Till Tuesday. It's about somebody in a toxic relationship where they felt their voice was stifled. And communication card, and this would be under Mercury. And we just stepped out of a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury was in station, and now we're in a Saturn retrograde. So this is kind of odd that communication and Mercury is in reverse. Closed off and communication is in reverse. Now, we all know that him and Zara were on vacay, posting the nice little vacation pictures, or the chartreuse table that she had, or whatever the hell she was eating, because I don't care. And the bed pics with the pizza in bed, or whatever the heck, or whatever the lounge lizards do. This is kind of like, this is weird. You're promoting the fact that you're on vacation. And I understand too, Louis just come off tour, so he's not really communicating with the fans and or the you know, like he's taking a bit of me time. But this is weird. Closed off in communication. And yes, right now, because he just got off tour, he's kind of closed off and not communicating. But ironically, he did leave a message for the Australian fans, because that's the next thing he's going to do on his tour. But is he doing this in his personal life? Does he feel closed off? Does he feel like he's not communicating, or his voice is not being heard? kind of like he's closed off and guarded to a person, place, or thing in his life. Could be people, could be his relationship, could be his sisters, could be his close friends or people, or maybe he's just having an off me time. So we're going to probe further because Louis is a little yapper, and for him to have Mercury in communication in reverse with this card, even my throat's kind of like, yikes. Give me a sec, guys. So sorry. Oof. Okay. Yeah, my throat's closing up. See, when the throat chakra closes off like that, that means somebody can't talk or speak their truth or say something. Why do I feel like it's like he can't communicate something, or there's something he's holding back communication? Like, that's what I felt like when I was at the concert. And usually, again, because he's a singer, the throat, when your throat chakra, you're getting a lot of sore throats and stuff like that too. And this is, again, that could be a germ or a bug, your immune system's down, or there's something you're withholding that you're not speaking on. If we're going to go into spirituality and sicknesses, which I don't normally like to do, always see a doctor, professional. But sometimes dis-ease in the body, that's what the word disease means in spirituality. There could be something that he's not communicating or wanting to say. Or he feels like other people are closed off and not communicating with him properly. But for now, we're just going to keep this to Louis' energy. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis feeling? Oh, winter and rebirth, and this came out in reverse. There's something he does not want to rebirth here. There's something he wants to let go of. And because the card in the upright, because this was in reverse, this would be the rebirth card, but this was in reverse. So there's something here he does not want to rebirth here or continue on with. Now, winter, again, he's born in the winter. This is in reverse. What does he not want to rebirth here? There's something here that he does not want to rebirth. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What does Louis not want to rebirth here? Apology, forgiveness. This is odd. Okay, an apology or forgiveness. What does he not want to rebirth here? Someone owes Louis an apology. That could be a couple people in his life. Jesus. Okay. Apology and forgiveness. He does not want to birth something. Somebody's going to apologize to Lou, and this is what I'm sensing in the next, this is going to be the next couple of months, right? Because this is like the year check-in or the, half year check-in. If this hasn't happened already, something's going to happen to where someone's going to betray him, and they're going to want an apology, and he's going to say no to something and not rebirth something. Now, whether that be Zara or possibly, and I'm going to say an offshoot, Zayn, brought to you in part by the letter Z, somebody here is going to apologize for something they've done, or it could be both. And he could be like, peace out, I'm not rebirthing this. Whatever this situation is, because whatever this situation is that he is not going to rebirth, there's something that's closing him off and not communicating with. So this could go either way. It could either be something with Zara in the future, I'm getting, but it's also, this is pertaining to Zayn, and somebody wants to rekindle things and he's like, nope, peace out. Wow. Okay. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. All right, so what's going on with Louis' energy? What is Louis feeling right now? Like, what's going on with his energy? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Okay, spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Ego and pride. Wow, vanity and pride. Louis got to learn a life lesson here, and I hope people don't think I'm tearing him up, but I'm going to be honest about you. Ego and pride. I know sometimes Louis talks down on himself, and he sometimes has poor, like self-worth about himself, but there's something egotistical and pride in his life that, and again, sometimes people fall for people because they look pretty on the surface. Ego, vanity, someone's up on themselves. Somebody's very egotistical. Whoever is doing him dirty that has to apologize to him or will be apologizing to him, because I'm leaving that ambiguous. I'm getting two people. One's going to come back, and it's going to be an ego pride things why he says no to this person and pushes them aside and says, no, I'm not forgiving it. Because whomever has done him dirty and now is going to be asking for their forgiveness, the ego and pride could get in the way of them fully accepting and not wanting to rebirth something. Or again, if it's somebody's vanity, superficiality, because what I'm getting from Spirit and the clarity is to him, he's got to realize who's the real people in his life and not, because he's stuck on superficial, everything looking good for an image. If I have to be honest, and I know you fans are going to hate me for that, but that's what Spirit was indicating. And like Liam did say in the reading, don't forget to be the main character of your life. Somebody here is too much into themselves and is trying to steal the spotlight and through their ego and pride, and someone's going to have to apologize for something they are going to do to Lou. That makes them not want to, that makes him not want to rebirth something. Ego, vanity, and pride. Somebody very egotistical with a lot of pride and vanity is going to upset Lou, and it's going to be to the point where they're going to have to beg for forgiveness, but he's not going to want to rebirth something. He's already feeling closed off and non-communicational, or it's like he's forcing communication, or just in his own little world when he's around somebody that he has to communicate with, because closed off in communication. Wow, I thought there was going to be happy, joyous shit here, but this is the 6-month mark. Like, because again, it's like we're halfway through the year, and let's see here. Fulfillment, wish, family, home. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. One card for how is Louis Tomlinson currently feeling? Wow, and this is just him coming off of the tour, and this is how he's feeling. Okay, so let's see here. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. So what's going to cause him to feel like this? Why is he feeling like this? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Shadow side, moon, dark night. Somebody's going to be facing their shadow side, or someone's going to be exposing out their shadow side here. Shadow side, moon, dark night. And this was in reverse. Someone does not want to face their shadow sides. And their shadow side is ego and pride here. I'm surprised the control card did not come out. Yes, and this is going to cause a separation. So whomever this person is that's going to start to show the dark side of themselves, this is going to cause somebody a separation here because of ego. Somebody here does not want to face their shadow side. And this could be Louis. He feels separate from himself with separation, or he's going to have to separate from somebody because somebody here is showing their darker sides, or it's coming up to the surface. Because here's the thing, if he's trying to have like a tower in reverse moment where he's not trying to deal with something that's inevitable that should be fixed or pushed out of his life, Spirit will make a tower moment and make it go upright and will crumble it. Things that are inauthentic, vain, or superficial, because I'm getting that. I'm getting the word superficial, vanity, ego. You know, what is real and what is fantasy? What is all illusion and what is real? So let's get the What's a Tea Tarot deck. I'm surprised the control card. And again, somebody feels rejected in the bottom of the deck. But let's see here. Should I put out the card rejected? Guarded and rejected. Maybe he's getting really tired or something and he's starting to reject something. Or maybe now he's starting to wake up and starting to reject things that seem more superficial. But Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Because remember, that Sun card, clarity, Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. And there's sunflowers on those cards. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis Tomlinson currently feeling in his life? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis Tomlinson currently feeling in his life? Forcer, forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. He's starting to reject somebody that's pushing their views and forces on him. And the way Louis is doing this by rebelling, he's closing off and shutting down and not communicating with this person because this person likes to push their way into things around him. Or somebody could be doing this within his life that he's starting to go, absolutely not, screw you, rejected. Because usually Louis is a little yapper. That's why I'm just kind of thinking that's a bit off-putting to his energy. Closed off, kind of like non-communal or not communicating. Sorry, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm doing this. Because somebody's forcing themselves upon themselves to force him to do things that he may not want to do. Okay, that's kind of odd. Like, yikes. Okay, so, I mean, what, again, if this is to do with his relationship, because again, I wasn't making this a relationship reading because I'm asking how he's feeling. Is somebody forcing him to do clicks and views that maybe he don't want to participate in? Because Louis did say at one point, my relationship is private. But if a man don't post about his girlfriend, usually that means they're not really into that type of person. Because usually men are very proud when they are proud of somebody or something. Which, again, she posts all over about him, but he don't post about her. So, just saying. But, anywho, what I'm getting here is he's closing off the things and people and he's rejecting people that are kind of trying to forcing him to do things he does not want to deal with or be around. So that tells me right there, he's rejecting that. Rejecting. Now, I don't know if he means that this is about the fans that try to force their will on him to do what they say and want for him, like things that he should do. I don't know if this is the managers and people around him that could be forcing him to do contracts that he don't want to do. And I'm not just meaning the stunt content, by the way. I'm not saying I'm 50-50 on whether that's a PR relationship, whether it's real, or just people in general in his life that are trying to force him to do stuff he does not want to do. And that's where the clarity comes in, because he's got to stand up and say, So, I mean, the Sun card talks about clarity. Again, and Sun card is a Leo card, or one of the Leo cards, because Strength card is Leo, and then the Sun rules the Sun, because, again, within tarot cards, there's astrology, and then there's planets. So it rules the Sun. The Sun is about the self, the ego, the pride, which this card did come up. Now, is he going to do something to somebody where he's going to have to swallow his pride and apologize? With ego, vanity, and pride, if that's what's stopping him. Can this man take accountability? But let's see here. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. How does Louis Tomlinson feel currently in his life? Give me sort of a gauge of what's going on here. Photo proof, getting evidence. Photo proof of what? Is he saying no to being forced to be in another photo? Is he saying no to certain publicity? Is he saying no to certain exposures, pap walks? Photo proof. There's something of evidence that's going to be surfacing, guys. And when this photo proof comes out, and I did say in the last reading, Cracked Illusion, there's going to be something coming out that's going to expose somebody for something. Zara, there's going to be evidence and proof showing up very soon within this half of the year that something's going to blow up right in their face. I'm hearing wow, okay. And that's what the apology or him not wanting to reverse something's going to be about. Photo proof, getting evidence. Does somebody have evidence on somebody that stuff that they should not be doing behind the scenes? Haunted, flashback, memories, trauma, side effects. Something surfacing about the past? Is something coming up that shouldn't be coming up? Is it something, a past thing that may be resurfacing and somebody has more photo proof and evidence of something that could mess somebody up? Or is it something that maybe Louis has done in his past that's going to resurface? See, because I may try to make this strictly about Louis and how he feels through right now to the end of 2026. So something is going to cause him to have a flashback or a memory, or it's going to be either something about his past, or it could be somebody that he's currently dating about their past. Something, photo evidence is coming up, and it could be something that they could be doing something forcefully to him, or it's going to be caught on camera. Something that's not happy that is presented as happy isn't really that happy. Or it could be downright dirty photo evidence of something dirty someone did. I'm hearing air the dirty laundry. Air the dirty laundry. Dirty laundry. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's going on in Louis Tomlinson's life for the end year half of 2026? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Someone's going to have to face their ego and pride, and that could be one of their shadow sides. Their ego and their damn pride. They're going to have to face themselves, and there's going to be photo proof and evidence of this. And this is going to cause a separation. Now, again, or maybe someone's trying to separate from ego and pride. That's another way I can look at this. But whatever this is, something is being separated, or it's going to be separated. Moves in silence. So somebody could be getting help silently about traumas, flashbacks, memories, or someone's told to go to therapy, or someone's told to face something that is actually a hindrance here with ego, vanity, and pride. Or someone could be doing something very silently and hidden, or, You know, I'm hearing hush, hush, keep it down now, voices carry. Till Tuesday, it's a beautiful song, but it's also about a domestic. I don't know why I kept channeling. It was an earworm and it kept going and going and going and going and going and going in my head this morning. So that's kind of messed up because I really like that song, but it's not a happy song. It's a very sad song about a domestic. So again, moves in silent. Is somebody trying to cover up something here, something that's not as happy as what it seems? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Same shit, different day, but this was in reverse. This is going to be something that's going to rattle the monotony of his life. Something is going to move and shake him here. This is going to snap him out of it. I'm hearing whatever this is, it's going to snap him because I'm getting somebody feels very bored here with something and it's going to shake him out of this. But someone's going to be doing this in silence behind the scenes. This is almost like the High Priestess cards moving in silence. Someone's going to try to hush something up here that has resurfaced, or someone's getting photo proof and someone's going to try to deal with this behind the scenes, but it's going to come out public. That's what I'm getting here with Louis' reading, because again, he pivoted from the first path and he's going to pivot. It's not a pregnancy. Before you all said, oh my God, she's pregnant. This is not pregnancy. This is not a pregnancy at all. This is not, because something else would come out. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is this going to come out with the photo proof evidence? Because I'm going to use my cards to, fake fussing, acting rich, money, shows off, etc. The showing off, getting evidence. Someone's going to be showing off a little too much and people are going to start to call it the fakeness of this. And this is already happening. Majority of the Louis are calling out the certain fakeness of people advertising. Someone's going to be called out for their shit. Again, this is what's kind of constantly happening. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is the photo proof and evidence? What is it that's going to come out photo proof and evidence? Oh, whatever it is, it's going to bother Louis. I'll tell you that, because unbottered's in reverse. Like for once, unbothered is in reverse. So whatever this is, and I'm not laughing here because I don't think this is funny. Whatever is going to come out here is going to bother the shit out of this man. And it's going to make him cry. So it's something, again, I'm wondering again, what's going to happen here? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is the photo proof and evidence about? A dirty offer. A dirty offer. Now, we can interpret that in many different ways. A dirty offer. Now, what the heck are they trying to offer him? Uninterested. He's going to be uninterested in a dirty offer. And what's this dirty offer? Oof. That's kind of like grungy. Shine. Love triangle. Okay. Again, we're getting the love triangle. The epic love triangle surfaces. And guess what? This is supposed to be a Louis Tomlinson reading. And guess what? That pesky love triangle shit's coming out again. Why is it every time I do a reading for this man, it's not even to do with Zara and oops, this is coming out. So guys, maybe this other half of the year, there's going to be another scandal, or this time Louis is going to be like, F you, bye, middle finger, Jesus, and it's going to be cheating. Someone's going to have a love triangle. Let's get some Rider-Waite Tarot decks, because I don't want this going too long, but Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides, how is Louis currently feeling in 2026? What's going to be happening for the later half of the 2026? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Someone's going to be presented with a dirty offer, and whatever's surfacing with the evidence, it's going to be dirty. Grungy, dirty. And I don't know if this is going to be Louis himself or the persons he's with, but someone's here going to be caught with their pants down. That's what I'm getting here. And I said that in my last reading. Somebody was going to be caught with their pants down. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. And it's something that his sisters can't push this time, because it's going to be out in the open and it's going to be actual dirty evidence, not AI. This is going to be shit that someone can't deny. Nine of Swords. He feels like the Nine of Swords right now. This man's up in his head. He probably feels a sense of anxiety, guilt. I don't want to say shame or guilt, but right now, Louis is feeling a sense of anxiety. Up with sleepless nights. He's feeling mentally tortured or tormented about something with the Nine of Swords here. What's going on? Is there tension? I mean, I understand the man just got off the damn tour. Like, why does he feel anxious? Like, he's supposed to be in vacation mode for a little bit. I mean, they did brag that they were on vacation. I mean, Zara. But why does he feel unease and tense? You're supposed to be in relax mode until you decide to go do something, I think, October? You should be relaxed. This is your VK, bud. Why are you feeling like that? Nine of Swords. What is Louis Tomlinson currently feeling? Moon card. Oh my God. And that flew right out. That fell and I got it. He's uncertain about... Louis feeling a sense of uncertainty with the moon card. Sorry, my contact lenses are bothering me. It's more like a tiredness. He's feeling uncertain. He's anxiously feeling uncertain. Something's being hidden from him. And it's like his gut kind of knows. Like a moon card's all about intuition, but somebody's being uncertain about something, or he feels upset about something very uncertain that's going on currently. And what is the uncertain here? What is so uncertain here that is bothering Louis? What is going on here? Because moon card represents, it's the opposite of sun card. It represents healing and confinement and concealment. Somebody's not being honest about something, or they're putting him in the dark about something, or this can represent the nighttime, or like, it's like he can't sleep at nighttime, or again, could be his sleepwalking is aggravating him again. Because I know he suffers from sleepwalking, but there's something keeping him up at night, and he's feeling very anxious about something or uncertain. What is feeling uncertain? Like, what's going on here with Lou? What is Louis Tomlinson feeling for the later half of 2026? What is going on here? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Like, my last reading I did with him with the sun card was this defining moment. Sorry, this fell out. Let's see again. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's going on here? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis upset about or anxious about, and why does he feel uncertain? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What does Louis feel uncertain about? He's not happy about something. Okay, so Four of Cups. He's uncertain whether he feels bored, apathetic to something. He feels burnt out. Something or somebody is draining him. I wouldn't say mentally draining him, but he just feels depressed, meh. I mean, maybe it's post-tour blues, but there's just something here he's just kind of discontented with the Four of Cups. Like, I don't want to say boredom. Like, he's like, it's funny. It's like you have everything that strokes your ego, Louis. You got the fame. You got the money. You got the model. You got everything you want underneath everything. But why are you feeling uncertain and discontented? You got the fame. You got the money. You got the album. You got the model. You got a good concert that you just did, a good tour. You have your fans. Why do you feel so empty? Why? Why do you feel so bored, discontented? Why are you feeling so like meh? Like, okay, and next? Like, why do you feel so uncertain, and what's bothering you for you to feel so anxious? You have everything you want, so why are you not happy? Oh. Sometimes money, fame, success doesn't bring you everything. Money can't buy you happiness. Material things can't bring you happiness. If they're it makes me wonder if he's got real people around him instead of superficial people around him that expect things out of him, that rally around him and say, well, you have to do this, you have to do that. Who's there really for Louis? Like, and I know you're like, well, he has his sisters, his family, but is it all because they're there because they care about him? Or is this all because they're wanting something out of him? But something is causing him to be anxious and uncertain. Nine of Swords is about being anxious, sleeplessness, can't sleep, guilt, shame, unease, tension. It's not a happy card. This is not someone who has everything he wants and is happy, because it's backed up by the Moon card, which is uncertainty, fear, anxiety, uncertainty. It's not out in the open like the Sun card where it's like exuberated happiness. On the surface, he wants people to think he's happy and shining and bright and happy because this was supposed to be his defining moment. But this man is not celebrating his defining moment. This man is anxious and quite the opposite, and bored and discontented. Bored and not happy. Why are you unhappy? You got everything that someone could ever want in their life, but why are you unhappy? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is causing this anxiousness, this uncertainty, and unhappiness? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is causing this? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is causing Louis to feel anxious and unhappy and worried? Because again, we're getting how he feels. Poor choices, poor judgments. He's upset about a poor decision or a poor choice he's made here. He's also feeling like he's being judged, and it's keeping him up at night that people and things are judging him, or because of the poor decisions he has made this year, that he's up anxious and worried about it. His anxiety is getting the better of him. He's wondering now, and he's looking back, did I make a proper choice? Did I do a proper, I'm hearing a bang up job? Like my poor choices are catching up with me. Wow, okay. And he feels like he's going to be judged for stuff. Like everything he does, I'm hearing, I'm judged, like I'm caged in. My voice is silent. I have to keep silent because Moon card is also about keeping secrets or silent. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis Tomlinson feeling? Lack of passion, burnt out. This man's tired. He's tired. He's burnt out. He's wondering if he can sustain this whole tour. And again, a mental breakdown. It makes me wonder if he's having a slight mental breakdown with the Nine of Swords. But I don't get it. You just finished quite a bit of a chunk of your tour for this year. You did the American part and you did the UK part. Why does it seem like now he's getting anxious and stuff, making poor choices and feeling lack of passion, lack of energy, lack? He's burnt out. He's tired. And poor decisions is what causing him to be burnt out and tired. Or it could be somebody, trying to force things to do stuff when he just wants to sit there and fucking relax and ease off, and he can't seem to ease off. He's full of anxiousness. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. I'm hearing I'm too overworked. I'm too burnt out. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Why is Louis Tomlinson feeling the way he's feeling? King of Swords in reverse. Again, it speaks about silence. Swords in reverse, it talks about silence. Somebody's not speaking their truth. Somebody's not speaking up. Somebody could feel like they're being manipulated. People around him, he could feel like he's being manipulated. He's being coerced to do things, forced. Somebody's really either not a good communicator or he's becoming a poor communicator. And this is the third reading I've gotten where Louis comes out as the King of Swords in reverse. And again, closed off, no communication. We're having the King of Swords in reverse, which tells me again, he's not the happy little yapper out in public. Yes. Behind closed doors? No. Absolutely not. No. And again, poor choices like behind the scenes. What is the poor choices that are happening here? And this is for his later half of 2026 here. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Okay, let's see. What is Louis anxious about here with the Nine of Swords? Wow, poor choices and shit. King of Wands in the upright. Okay, that's kind of odd. King of Swords, King of Wands. And no, it's not Harry for those who think it's Harry. And I'm not doing the Larry things, so buzz off with that. He's not confident. There's something about him. Somebody is egging, like basically making him feel insecure with the King of Wands here and the Nine of Swords here. I'm also hearing take leadership, take leadership. He's anxious about where he's leading himself with the King of Wands in the upright, but he's not communicating this with the King of Swords in reverse. He's trying to build back his confidence. He's anxious about him still being confident, a confident performer, you know. And yes, he's a very attractive man, King of Wands. That's usually the energy I'm used to actually drawing out for Louis all the time, you know, before like this whole year. Like I said, it depends on who you're dating, who you got around you. Again, my throat's closing up. That tells me I've hit a mark there. If my throat's closing like that, yeah. He doesn't feel confident about his abilities, his skills. And I'm hearing he needs to stop people pleasing. He needs to stop living for everybody else and their happiness. And that's including the fans, the girlfriend, the fucking sisters, everybody. He needs to figure out what makes him happy. Not everybody else, him. And he's not doing that. And that's why he's up all night. He's trying to come off as this confident, swaggery type of person. But internally, he's not communicating this. He's not happy. This is really sad. This is really, 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 really sad. He could have done something very reckless here too. with the Judgment card in reverse. He doesn't feel the passion anymore. It's like he's losing his passion, or he's burnt out, tired. And he's uncertain. What is he uncertain about? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis uncertain about? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis uncertain about? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. He doesn't want to put the work into something. He's uncertain about, like, okay, because he's got a job, he's got money, so putting in the effort. He's not sure if he wants to put the effort anymore. He's uncertain about his efforts. He's uncertain about where he wants to put his efforts. Now, is that pertaining to a relationship, or is that pertaining to his work, his job, his life, or is that just pertaining to everything in general, that he's burnt out and he just doesn't want to put no more effort in? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is Louis Tomlinson bored and discontented with? What is Louis Tomlinson bored and discontented with? Or why does he feel a sense of unhappiness? It's like, I'm almost feeling like he's depressed. Like, to the public, he's all like, hey, I'm happy. Behind the scenes, he's like, eh. Like, he's not happy. Poor communication skills. Again, poor communication. He's unhappy. Like, I don't know if he's a good communicator here, because normally Louis is a good little yapper and he speaks. But something tells me here, he's not communicating something here. It's like immature communication, or somebody around him does not communicate well, and he's wanting a balance between a communication, or he feels somebody is lying to him about something and is hiding something, and he's feeling anxiousness, and he's going on in his head, what is this person hiding from me? What is this person hiding from me? And right there, he's kind of like trying to put the pieces together, and he feels burnt out of the situation, bored of the situation. Oh boy. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is the Judgment card? Somebody does not want me to get this message out. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is this Judgment card in reverse about? And why is he feeling like this? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is the poor decision here? What is the poor decision here? The Tour. Something here is going to jolt him right out of the Tour. Now, Six of Swords, moving on, moving forward. Poor communication about moving on or moving forward. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Finding peace after calmness after waters. What is Louis Tomlinson thinking? What was a poor judgment here? Somebody watching, spying, lurking. Okay, lots of Swords cards here. You know, for somebody in a happy relationship, I'm virtually getting no cup cards here. Except the Four of Cups, which is, again, not a happy cup card, because we're asking how he feels. This is not somebody that's in love. Like, if you're in a relationship, I'm not expecting to see all happy, joy. Like, we at least want to see some, like, cup cards here. There's, like, no cup cards here. Like, for somebody in a happy relationship, there's not a lot of emotion coming out here. There's a lot of wands, like, wands cards and swords cards. And, like, one pentacle card. Like, this, I'm scratching my head at this. Like, what the fuck? So, Page of Swords. So, six of Swords, talking about peaceful waters. Like, he's trying to relax. He's trying to relax on his vacation, move away and relax, but he feels like he's being stalked and watched. Like, he can't sit there and relax, because he's always going to feel like somebody's watching him. He can't fully just sit there and deflate, because he's always feeling watched. Or he's watching on social media what people are saying and the criticism that people are giving him. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is the poor judgment or decision here? Or what's Louis thinking is a poor judgment and decision? Eight of Swords, entrapping himself. He feels kind of trapped. Now, I don't know if he means this to the obligation of the Tour, but this is mentally happening in his head. This man is in his fucking head with the capital. Like, he's in, instead of they're like, oh, he's in the feels, he's in his fucking head. I don't get this. Like, I don't see any emotional cards here, guys. Like, I'm really fucking shocked here. This man feels trapped in his own thoughts. Rumination of thoughts. Critiquing himself. What the fuck is going on, Louis? Is he having a fucking nervous breakdown or something? Like, he's got to have a nervous breakdown to have that breakthrough. And there's probably people he's starting to understand. They're trying to hide this from him, but I think he's picking up on that there's manipulative people around him, and he's going to have to clean house. Like, there's things that they're forcing him to do, like dirty offers that he don't want to do, and he's going to rebel. Like, he feels trapped and confined, even though the rule of thumb in the Swords cards, you're never really, truly trapped. As Spirit, word, you could be freed and you shall be free. You're never, ever truly trapped here. This is why I'm, like, really confused. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What is going to be going on here in the near future for Lou? Like, this is, like, wow. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. This was supposed to be a short reading. Eight of Wands, progression and movement. Again, the tour. Okay, but he's losing passion for the traveling and the tour. But you know, he has a 3-month break, so this should replenish him a little bit. But wow, Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Not once about being in love with somebody or anything like that in here. Wow, Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's going on here? King of Swords in reverse, clarify. What's going on here? Death card. He's going to have to change something about the communication styles, or something has to come to an end here of how he's coming off as the King of Swords in reverse. Or maybe he's feeling a little extra sassy and bitchy, and that shit's got to come to an end. But somebody here is manipulation has to come to an end here, because this is what's lining up these dirty offers and stuff like that. Wow. Carry on, Spirit. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Anything else? What's happening for Louis Tomlinson? Year, a 6 month half. Something, again, ego and pride is coming up here. Someone's going to have to stop their ego and pride here. There's going to be actually an ego death here. A major ego death. And I'm not meaning a death to Louis before you fans come at my throat. Someone's going to have to kill off their ego here and face themselves. Somebody needs to face something here. This is his karma for not choosing his rightful life partner, because it's going to blow up in his face here, because something will die off with the ego. Again, superficial. Who is real and who is not real? The illumination, the breakdown before the breakthrough. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Okay, what is going to be not a victory or not a success here? What's going on here? Why is their ego and pride getting in the way? And why is there no victory here? What's going on? Heartbreak. Something is going to fail here. Someone's going to be exposed out for a lie or manipulation here with the Eight of Swords here. And this is going to change the dynamics here. And this is where the ego and the pride is going to get in the way. And then someone's going to break somebody's heart here. And again, Three of Swords implies a third-party situation. Someone's not putting in the effort, and it's starting to show here. Someone is going to rebel here, and there's going to be a third-party situation. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Again, this is only supposed to be for Louis, not anyone else. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. What's coming to an end, or what's the betrayal here? What's going on? Somebody in their lust and passion. Someone's going to be caught with their pants down. Period. I've been saying this for months and months now. King of Wands in reverse is somebody that can't keep it in their pants. I'm not saying Louis is going to cheat here, but someone here is going to be caught with their pants down. And this is going to change everything. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Wheel of Fortune reverse is coming up. Oh my God. Wheel of Fortune reverse, someone's going to get their karma. Like I said, if you stay with your karmic and Spirit don't want you to stay with them, they'll knock it down a peg. So someone's going to get karma for trapping him in something that he shouldn't want to be trapped in. And their lust is going to basically cost them karma. What goes around comes around here. So this is very telling. Someone's going to have a betrayal here with the Three of Swords caused by lust and indiscrepancies. And it's not going to go in someone's favor. And no gaslighting the fans. It's going to come out and this is going to get dirty. Wow. A dirty offer. Someone's going to be caught with a third-party situation. A dirty offer. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Wrap this up. Wrap this up. What's going to happen here? Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Ten of Wands. This is going to cause a betrayal. Ten of Wands. This is going to cause him nothing but stress. This is going to be at a very shitty time when this happens. And I'm hearing an inconvenient time. Like the worst time possible this could happen, this will happen. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Final card. Final card. Yeah, and this is going to cause instability. This is going to cause him instability, possibly a breakup, because I see here This isn't going to last very well. And Spirit says this is going to be clarity in the truth, and someone's going to speak the truth. And this is where it's going to change everything here. And it's going to happen by the end of the year. So this is going to like be the other half of the year, the monthly half of the year of between July to December. Or yeah, because December. There's going to be some clarity coming here. Spirit says that's the truth. Someone's going to communicate something. Somebody's going to be honest about something. This is the truth. All this stuff is going to be coming out. And that's the truth here. Spirit said that's the fucking truth. Now, should I do Time Oracle deck? Because again, I don't want this going on and on and on and on. But I guess it is. So yeah, because someone's feeding an illusion right there. Illusion. Desire, apathy. Let's see. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. When should this all happen? Because this is going to be the later months. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Let's get some Time Oracle decks on this. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Sorry, I'm getting tired, guys. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. We could be hearing something about today when I upload this video. Today, or something could be coming out. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. April of next year, but I mean, because this is supposed to be 2026 reading. April. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Spirit, ancestors, angels, guides. Divine timing is at play here. This is all going to be playing out in divine timing. Remember, like I said, if Spirit, again, someone's going to go through their karma. If Spirit doesn't want somebody to be together less than a month. Again, I say this is going to be less than a month, so we could expect this probably August. April and August are going to be significant here today. When Spirit doesn't want somebody to be together, they'll forcefully break it down. So that's my Louis Tomlinson reading. I wanted this to be a short reading, but unfortunately it went a little longer. If you do want to book a personal reading, please do so at jasmineprime@gmail.com, and I shall see you later. Bye for now.